On the morning of July 2nd, 1955, Flight 914 of Pan American Airlines took off from New York International Airport, heading to Miami, Florida. The aircraft was carrying 57 passengers and 4 crew members. The weather was good, and everything was running smoothly. Less than an hour after takeoff, the plane suddenly vanished from radar screens. There were no distress calls or signals indicating a technical problem. It seemed as if the plane had disappeared into thin air. The search rescue teams began extensive search operations. They scoured the presumed flight path, including the Atlantic Ocean and surrounding areas, but found no trace of wreckage or survivors. After days of searching, authorities declared that the aircraft had crashed, and the case was closed as a tragic accident. On September 9th, 1992, while staff at the control tower of Caracas International Airport in Venezuela were performing their daily duties, an unidentified object appeared on radar screens. An unknown aircraft was approaching the airport, and it was not listed among the incoming flights. The controllers attempted to communicate with the aircraft via radio. The pilot responded, "This is Flight 914. We're on our way from New York to Miami. What's the problem?" The staff was shocked by the reply. The aircraft in front of them was an old model from the 1950s. When they verified the flight number, the shock was even greater. It was the same plane that had disappeared in 1955. The aircraft landed safely on the runway. When staff approached it, they noticed that the passengers were wearing clothing from the 1950s and were carrying old passports. Strangely, all the passengers and crew appeared completely normal, as if they had not left 1955. When the pilot was informed that the date was September 9th, 1992, he showed signs of shock and confusion. The pilot began shouting, saying, "This is impossible. We took off just hours ago." While officials attempted to calm the passengers and the pilot and gather information, the final surprise occurred. Suddenly, the pilot restarted the engines and took off rapidly before anyone could stop him. The aircraft disappeared from sight and radar screens once again. The story of Flight 914 is considered one of the most mysterious and controversial incidents in aviation history. Several theories have emerged to explain what happened. Some believe that the aircraft entered a time warp that allowed it to travel through time. Others link the story to supernatural phenomena like the Bermuda Triangle or bizarre scientific experiments. To this day, the story of Flight 914 remains an unsolved mystery in aviation. Was the aircraft a victim of a strange temporal phenomenon? Or is the incident simply a product of human imagination?